guys, Queen here. Today is the day. Yes, the day that you've been waiting for. Can I get amen?
Amen. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, I'm your host, Cheron Moore. I always say, today. Well, I made the rounds, y'all. In all my years, I never thought I'd be interviewing someone that's just so popular. I mean, just when they use the word queen, she literally is the queen. And I mean, not just the queen of drums, but the queen of Instagram. The queen of social media, if I may say. And we're going to talk about that a little later on. We'll talk about her approach to drums. There's a beast mode side of her that I just love when she get into that killer stuff. We're talking about her being a teacher, a educator. We're going to talk about her being a role model as well with a lot of the younger people that's looking at her. Would you help me welcome today on the show? Now, let me make sure I say the name right. Jalicia?
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Will you help me welcome on the show today? Jalicia Harris. You all know her as the Queendrums. Hello.
Hi.
Did you see me fumble that name up there?
Kind of.
I was so afraid to ask that question.
You did good, though.
How many people get that wrong?
My name?
Yeah.
Almost everybody. And so I told them, I said, well, people call me Queen. And it was like, yeah, I like that better because I can't remember your name.
So I can keep the intro there because I was going to have to edit that around a little bit. Before I get started, let me say welcome to the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. It's an honor.
I read somewhere where you're originally from Montgomery, Alabama.
I am.
Grew up and raised down there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Where's the accent at?
Oh. I'm surprised you can't hear it. Like, people tell me all the time, oh, you got an accent. I was like, what accent? But I guess I've been in the city for a minute now, so.
Now, if I may say, you're down in Florida, huh?
I am.
Yeah, I gotta ask you this because I'm thinking about moving to Florida.
Really?
Yeah, only because it's so expensive out here in LA. But seen any alligators down there yet?
That's so funny. My mentor, he always like, oh, you seen any alligators? I was like, no, but that's so funny. I haven't seen any alligators. The closest I've seen are lizards. They're everywhere.
Where you start playing drums at 2 years old. Now, how do you know you want to play drums at 2 years old?
See. If I wish my grandmother was on the live right now, she would tell you. She was like, "You used to beat on my sofas and furniture and scratching up my tables." So I just started beating on stuff, making rhythms. And I think I got my first drum set at like 5, and then I started playing in church. I used to sit in my cousin's lap and just play.
Got your first drum kit at age what?
5.
5. So I've got some background noise here. So do you remember what kind of kit it was?
I don't remember what kid it was. I don't. It's been a long time ago. I know my very first professional kit was a Tama, for sure. And I think I got that in like 5th grade.
Yeah. When you got a hold to church, where you wanted, and I'm being a little older, just a little older, you get to see a lot of the younger kids standing behind the drummer at church. Were you one of them? And what were you seeing standing
That
there?
was me. That was me. I was the little kid. I mean, it was unusual. It was a girl this time. Usually it's all the little boys, but I was the one in my little skirt right next to the drums.
Who were some of the guys or girls that were playing that were the drummers at church that saw you, and did they give you a chance to sit in, and what were you seeing, and how did you get groomed by them?
Oh, yes. It's this guy. I used to play at this was it I think it was Pentecostal. It's Pentecostal church in Montgomery. It's the drummer there, his name was Joe Bruton. And I just came up there we had a tent revival or something like that. And I kind of was new to the church, and I just was like, Mom, can I go up there? Can I go up there? Because they was letting like other kids go up there, whatever. So I went up there, and they let me get on kid. I was like, she could play. So every Sunday since then, I would sit by, and then until I guess I got old enough to reach the pedals, and then they let me play certain Sundays and for the youth choirs and stuff like that. But yes, they did give me a chance, and I'm thankful.
How did you do with those shouts when those preachers went to them shouts about 45 minutes? Did you get some sore calves and some aching arms?
Sore calves for sure. I think that's why they're so strong now. Yes, sore calves, broken sticks, everything.
Those shouts will wear you out, boy.
They will.
But they make you strong at the same time, though.
They do.
Take me to high school. What was the high school scene like?
High school for me was pretty amazing.
Did you do any of that marching corps stuff, that drummer bugle corps stuff?
I didn't. That's something I wish I had done. So I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So when I was in third grade, I was actually in a band, but it was more so like a concert band. So it wasn't like marching, but I started off on snare drum and the little xylophone. And so like halfway through, I was like, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try the trumpet. So I played trumpet from third grade to fourth grade. And so now I'm like, man, I should have stayed with the snare drum so I could learn like the rudiments and stuff like that. Because I did get the opportunity to, experience marching band.
Did you like it, or was it boring not having toms and cymbals and all that stuff around you?
I think that's probably why I switched over. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I said, let me go hang with the cool kids on the trumpet section. I actually did pretty good with that, but I was like, man, should have stayed with snare drum.
Let's talk influences. I understand amongst many and others, Calvin Rogers was a big influence on you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was. That was one of the people that I watched growing up. It was him mainly and George McCurdy, Spanky. I literally watched them all the time. I was so amazed at how, bit like the feel of Calvin, like the feel from Calvin, and then the creativity from Spanky. Like it was just amazing, like mind blowing. So yes, they have a big influence on me today. But yeah.
Drum technique. What is your approach behind the drum kit?
I'm thinking of the tempo. I'm thinking of the genre that I'm in, or like what I'm gonna do next. Sometimes that's not always a good thing because it causes me to like overthink. But mainly, I just try to make sure that I play the song and make it feel good.
ask you this one. Why do you get so many hits on Instagram and all these other social media places, you think?
Um, hmm. I really don't. I guess I can say, wow. um, I really don't know. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I guess they're intrigued by the gift that God has given me, and they follow it. Uh, I mean, that's all I can think of.
Let me ask you this one. Drummers playing on, you can see I'm reading my script here. Drummers playing on Instagram and then playing in live bands. So I'll ask this one. Have you ever played in a live band?
I have.
Did you like it?
I loved it, actually.
Tell me the difference. Go ahead.
I would prefer playing live versus social media sometimes.
Live and then social media. Do you think a drummer's really grasping what drums is, playing in social media and playing the videos and tracks and loops? And
it depends, because I feel like sometimes with social media, we get so caught up in like chops and what everybody is doing, and we be trying to I guess follow the trend, because if you think about it, everything on social media is a trend. So everybody is just trying to go towards what's popular. But then when it comes to a live show, it's totally different, because I feel like, to be honest, playing with a real artist, some of the stuff that we get away with on social media, I know for a fact wouldn't fly on a live scene. So, I mean, I feel like it's all about balance.
do you feel like you're really learning something about the drums being on playing the social media platforms?
Sometimes there are people who actually do dedicate their pages to, things, as far as in like rudiments and all that stuff, and posting different clinics and stuff like this. So some people do actually take the time to, teach. So I do find some good stuff concerning drums, and then the rest of it is just entertainment.
Let's move on. Let's talk credits a little bit. I saw where Byron Cage, you worked with him. Tell me about that.
So when I was like 15 or 16, he came down to Montgomery, Alabama for this choir workshop at this church. And so it was actually a Friends church. And then he was like, Byron Cage is coming for a choir workshop at our church. He was like, I want you to play. So it was just one of those things where, you know how the old time choir workshops go. So it was like 3 different drummers, and one took a certain amount of songs, and I took some, and then the other took some. So that's how I got the opportunity to play behind Byron Cage, and that was a good experience.
Do you feel that you are a role model?
I do. I
was going to let you pull some more out of that rather than me.
I do feel like I am a role model, a growing role model at that. I do see kids who, for a long time, people will say, "Oh, my daughter watches you," or "My son watches you," and they love you. And even at church, I have kids in the crowd that they just ear drumming. And I just love to see it. And they'll come up to me. It was like, "I love the way you play drums," and I just be like, "Thank you." It just warms my heart, and it's that by itself is really inspiring me to really just start doing like lessons and stuff like that. Cause they've been telling me like, all right, when are you gonna start giving lessons? And I'm just like, I don't know, but I definitely want to. But through the years, I have seen, people just look up to me, and yeah, I really do feel like I am a role model.
Tell me about Port Elizabeth, South Africa, Nelson Mandela University. What was that like?
Man, that was a crazy experience for me. So that trip came from me when I graduated high school. That was like my graduation trip. I went over there with my godparents because they had moved over there and they were staying over there for a couple years. And so they wanted me to come and live with them for like a month. And so my godfather, who is now deceased, he knew the people at the college. So he was like, I'm going to take you up there so you can, look around and see. Because the plan was he wanted me to move over there with him and go to that college. So I went there and all the students were in like the band room. They had this beautiful grand piano and a set of drums. And so I went in there and he was telling everybody like, this is my goddaughter, she plays drums. And so once I got on, they started playing and we just started, jamming out to different songs. It was a Robert Glasper song that we were jamming out to. I think it was the Afro Blues song. That's one of my favorite songs. And that was just, dope. Everybody had their phones and just was like, oh my goodness. And then the instructor there, I want to say the band instructor, he gave me his card just in case I wanted to come back and attend the school. So I really had fun the times that I was there.
Tell me about college. We spoke about it a few seconds ago. Full Sail University.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Why did you choose that one, and how's it going over there? What is the scene over there?
So I chose that one because I wanted to get deeper into music. I didn't want to just be a drummer. I wanted to do, more stuff. And so I took on music production. And I'm getting ready to graduate. It's a 2-year program. So it's really, really dope. I'm actually getting to the meat of it, as I should say, the meat of everything, to where I'm having a lot of projects and stuff like that. So this past month, we've been doing like stuff for films and media, just learning the concept so that I can have different outlets to choose from when I do graduate. So I can go either way, but that scene is going pretty good for me.
All of the young guys are going to ask me this question. You single? See, right there, see?
I'm single, but I'm talking. So talking to people. So I'm not really locked down yet.
I hear that, guys.
But I believe I'm not like really locked down until I'm married. So it's like I'm actually still single.
See, that's the stuff you don't get on Instagram. You don't get those questions on it.
Nope. This is exclusive.
Let's talk endorsements. Are you doing any endorsements? You doing anything? Drum cymbals, anything?
Symbols, I am endorsed by this company called Domain Symbols. It's a Black-owned company I'm proud to be a part of. That's the company that I'm with currently. So that's like the only endorsement that I have so far. That's actually my first endorsement. And I've been with them for like 2 years now.
What do you think of the Instagram fame? Are you enjoying it? Is it a pain in the neck? What do you think of Instagram fame?
Instagram fame. It's so crazy because people are like, oh, you're famous, but me, I'm just like, are you kidding me? No, So I don't think it really has hit me yet, in a sense, because I'm still like, I'm walking around here like a normal person. Like, it's like, they're like, oh, it hasn't hit me yet.
Queendrums, we do a thing on the show that we call Word of Advice, where I ask the drummers, I ask the guests if they would leave a parting word for the upcomers, even for the established drummers, but the guys and girls that are trying to get traction in this business, would you leave them a word of advice, please?
Yes. My advice is to really stay true to yourself. You know, keep God first. That's the first thing. Keep God first in whatever you do, and commit your plans into Him, and then your plans will succeed. And don't get discouraged. I know it can be tough. You know, you want the followers, you want the views, but really make sure that you're perfecting your craft to a T, and just prepare yourself, because everybody has a time, and your time will definitely come. So don't give up. Stay true to yourself and keep God first.
A question I usually ask at the end of the show, Queendrums, what do you want your legacy to be? How would you like it to be said, to be told?
My legacy, I definitely want it to be the drummer. Well, besides a musician, as a person that how can I put this? That's something I never really thought about. I'm glad you asked me that question, because now it's forcing me to really think about it. Wow. Honestly, I want. So here's my thing. My plan is to help people's lives to be changed through my plan. I look at my plan as a ministry, and because honestly, it is a gift from God. So I want my legacy to be that lives were changed, people were moved by my presence, or the way that I play, and just know me for just being a really good person. So I feel like there's more, and I feel like as I grow older, that would add on. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna have to really think about that one to get a better answer for that. But yeah, for the most part, I want people to, you know, be moved and changed, uh, and go to God.
I can hear that. A couple of things. One, you are rooted and centered in God. I can hear that. I can hear that. There's a praise, a shout in you somewhere down there at the bottom down there. Rooted correctly, boy. And I can hear that this business is not going to change that.
Oh, no.
So I don't even have to say it's an old man, girl, you stay like that, don't you?
Yeah.
That
I just feel like that he honestly is the one who gave me this gift. I feel like, and when people ask me, they're like, what made you play drums? It's like, really, drums chose me. Like, I feel like God knew exactly what He was doing when He gave me the gift, because the gift itself has gotten me through a lot of things, personally, like just things that I got go through on a daily basis. I know I can run to drums, and that has really kept me, you know. And I know I'm young and I haven't really gone through much, but things that I do go through, I feel like drums has really been there for me, and God really gave me that gift for a reason. So
I think I'm going to call this show "Your Gift Will Make Way," as the
it will.
words say.
It will make a way. Like, that's why I said, like, really just stay true to who you are and keep God first, and then everything else will fall in place.
Thank you so much for being on the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I was nervous, but
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. Okay, let me be honest with you. This is my first interview. It is my very first interview. So yes. I was low-key freaking out because I was like, I don't know what he's gonna ask me. I don't know what to say. But I feel good. I feel better. It was
wasn't
nice.
painful, was it?
It wasn't. I just had to like get out of myself.
Your first one, huh?
My first one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so honored.
I'm honored to be here.
Wow. Will you help me wave goodbye to all the fans?
Bye.
Thank you again.
Thank you.